Tonight, all eyes are on one man as Mohamed Salah looks to prove his Liverpool decline is only temporary in the Man City clash. And behind the scenes, Pep Guardiola reportedly didn't trust a Liverpool star, one who hasn't even ruled out a future return to City. But that's only the start. There's a major disagreement brewing between Alan Shearer and Paul Merson over the Liverpool-Man City prediction, and not everyone is backing the Reds. With pressure rising, narratives colliding, and reputations on the line, this could be a defining night for Liverpool's season. Stay with us, hit subscribe, and don't miss what comes next, because at Anfield Central, the big moments never wait.
Mohamed Salah heads into Liverpool's clash with Manchester City under an unusual spotlight, with his numbers this season well below the standards he has set across his Anfield career. The contrast between Liverpool's Premier League level this season and last is stark, and Salah's reduced output has been one of the clearest on-field differences. He did provide an assist for Florian Wirtz in last weekend's win over Newcastle United, a moment that also saw him set a Premier League record for most goal involvements at a single ground. But despite that milestone, it felt more like a reminder of past brilliance than a sign he has fully returned to his best. National service has limited Salah to just 14 Premier League starts this season, with 2 further substitute appearances. 5 assists from those games is respectable, but it pales in comparison to last season, when he had already delivered 11 assists and 15 goals after 16 league appearances. This time around, after 16 Premier League outings, Salah has scored just 4 goals. Even allowing for changes in personnel, including the departure of Trent Alexander-Arnold, there is no escaping the sense that Salah has been below his vintage best during the 2025-26 campaign. That downturn stretches further back. Since signing his 2-year contract extension last April, Salah has recorded 6 goals and 6 assists in 23 league games. In the 23 matches before that deal, he had produced 22 goals and 12 assists, a comparison that underlines just how dramatic the drop has been. If there is one opponent who has historically brought out the very best in Salah, it is Manchester City. Across 24 appearances against Pep Guardiola's side in all competitions, he has scored 13 goals and provided 8 assists, making him one of the defining figures in this modern Premier League rivalry. Only Tottenham and Manchester United have conceded more goals to Salah, and no player in Premier League history has been involved in more goals against City than him. Those numbers alone dismantle any suggestion that Salah struggles on the biggest stage. There were concerns earlier this season following his mixed-zone interview at Elland Road, which did not sit well with supporters, pundits or Arne Slot. Yet forgiveness came quickly, with Salah receiving a warm ovation before departing for Africa Cup of Nations duty. Since that moment, his output has been modest. He has contributed 3 assists in 5 appearances, including set-piece involvements, and scored once against Karabakh, but the explosive goal threat that once defined his game has been missing. The evolution of Liverpool's squad has clearly altered Salah's role, but there has also been a visible hesitancy in his play that feels unfamiliar. When a 33-year-old shows an extended run of indifferent form, the question becomes unavoidable. Is this dip temporary, or is it a beginning of a permanent decline? The belief around Anfield is that it is the former, and few stages are better suited for Salah to prove it than another defining night against Manchester City.
Jeremy Frimpong's journey to Liverpool includes a revealing chapter from his Manchester City days, where he admits he never felt the trust of Pep Guardiola. That belief ultimately convinced him to leave the Etihad in search of a clearer pathway at senior level. Frimpong spent close to a decade in City's academy, but departed in 2019 to join Celtic, a move that quickly transformed his career. 18 impressive months in Glasgow were followed by 4.5 years at Bayer Leverkusen before he returned to the Premier League with Liverpool last summer. Speaking shortly after leaving City, Frimpong said he would have loved to play under Guardiola but felt the situation was stacked against him.
He explained that despite believing he had the ability, he knew the key factor was trust from the manager, and he did not see that coming. The arrival of João Cancelo at City that summer only reinforced his thinking. Frimpong recalled training regularly with the first team only to drop back to the under-23s, with no clear route into Guardiola's plans. As a result, he described his decision to leave as straightforward. While he kept the door slightly open to a future return at the time, he was clear that moving on was necessary for his development. 7 years on, and now established as a Liverpool player, that possibility appears firmly closed. Frimpong's career has moved in a different direction, and a return to Manchester City now feels highly unlikely. Attention has since turned to his availability ahead of Liverpool's upcoming clash with City at Anfield. Arne Slot confirmed this week that Frimpong will miss the game due to another muscle injury. Slot revealed the Dutchman will not train this week and has been ruled out of the weekend fixture. It is the latest setback in a season that has already seen Frimpong suffer multiple muscle problems. Those fitness issues have limited him to just 13 starts from Liverpool's 36 matches across all competitions so far. As Liverpool prepare for a crucial test against City, Frimpong's absence is another challenge Slot must manage.
Liverpool welcome Manchester City to Anfield today, knowing the stakes could hardly be higher. A win would keep the Reds within touching distance of Manchester United and Chelsea in the race for Champions League qualification. Arne Slot's side come into the game with momentum, following back-to-back victories over Qarabağ and Newcastle. That run has lifted confidence, but Saturday's results elsewhere have only added pressure. Manchester United and Chelsea both picked up wins earlier in the weekend, moving 5 and 4 points clear of Liverpool respectively. That context makes this clash feel decisive for the Reds' European ambitions. Former Arsenal midfielder Paul Merson is convinced Anfield will once again prove too much for Pep Guardiola's side. He has tipped Liverpool to win 3-1, insisting he would be shocked if the hosts were beaten. Merson pointed to Liverpool's attacking form, highlighting the 10 goals scored in their last 2 matches as evidence that the team is clicking in the final third. He believes City's defensive issues could be exposed if the game becomes open. According to Merson, City continue to give up chances despite positive-looking results on paper. He feels Liverpool's sharper edge in front of goal could see Guardiola's side blown away at Anfield. He also singled out Liverpool's attacking three, praising the combined threat of Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike and Mohamed Salah. In his view, City may have individual quality, but Liverpool currently boast multiple match winners operating together. However, Merson did sound a note of caution. He referenced Newcastle's strong start against Liverpool recently, suggesting City could trouble the Reds if they replicate that early intensity. Despite that, Merson believes City must win to keep their title hopes alive. He argues that even a draw would effectively end the race, leaving Arsenal with a commanding lead, and expects Liverpool to take all 3 points. Alan Shearer, though, sees a very different outcome. The former Newcastle striker expects a much tighter contest and has predicted a score draw. Shearer highlighted defensive frailties on both sides, but backed the attacking quality on display to deliver goals. In his view, neither team will do enough to edge a decisive victory. As kick-off approaches, Liverpool know Anfield could once again be the difference. With Champions League qualification on the line, this is a game that could define the Reds' season.